Do the UK or US have better lyrical rappers? Like, which country has the best lyrical rap?
UK has better lyrical rappers for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
think?
The US is
If,
just
if
a
we're
lot
talking about our
sound.
best lyrical rapper, we're gonna say Dave. Put him straight up there. I don't think anyone can
100%.
compete with him.
Yeah.
I'd say Chip.
But no one rates Chip, even American
What?
fans.
Whoa.
Come on, Arch. Come on.
All right. Well, to a certain extent, but if we're gonna put someone to represent us as a country,
Yeah.
it's gotta be Dave. He's not gonna put
I
Chip up
mean,
there.
To add to Arjun's point, Dave's performance at the Brit Awards, I mean, it speaks for itself, innit?
Exactly.
That was
Like-
actually great.
But do you know if we're talking actual lyrically, do you think Avelino is better than Dave lyrically?
To be fair, I don't know a lot of Avelino. I only know like a couple songs.
No, but lyrically is crazy.
Yeah, to be fair, I've got to agree with that. But I think I don't know.
But if you're talking like how smoothly someone can deliver punchlines, yeah, I'd say Dave.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got
But
the
then
voice for it, I think.
If you pick the best US lyrical rapper, that's Eminem, and I think Eminem's better than Dave. To be honest.
Yeah, I'd say Eminem
Yeah.
along with Kanye West, both of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Kanye West.
Arj, we're talking about old school Kanye West, innit?
What
Yeah,
about-
that's what I listen to more anyway.
Yeah, but you
What
might
about
take
J.
it
Cole?
as a whole though in this argument, you know, because
Oh yeah, J. Cole, his No Role Models album, that was a banger.
Do you like put as early Kanye West? Like what's like the earliest you'd say until he became like late?
Oh, that's a good question.
Graduation, I say.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Reese on that. Probably Graduation. But don't get me wrong, his new music's alright, but I don't think he is as good now as he was before.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
he
the last
peaked-
few albums he's done
Yeah.
hasn't really been the best. I don't really rate Yay.
Do you rate Life of Pablo?
Oh, I love Life of Pablo.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's
If
where
had
he
to pick
like
3 albums.
I think he peaked in Life of Pablo, and his album before that, Yeezus. Those two were his best work. I don't think he's got better than that.
No, I think if I had to pick a top 3, I'd pick My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
yeah, that's the best album I think he's ever made.
Graduation and Life of Pablo, I think.
Yeah, I got Kanye West down as one of the best lyrical ones in there.
Thing was,
What about
with
Juice
My
WRLD?
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy as well, it's not just like lyrics, he also has just like the sounds he does and the production in it all is just ridiculous.
It's like a work of art. Ev would back it
Yeah.
up here. Ev literally thinks it's a work of art.
And like there's this thing about how he made like that album and everyone would come into the studio with suit and it was just like
shit, I know about
it was a proper like it's not even like making an album, it's like you said, like just creating art.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Kanye's a brand though, isn't he? And like he
Yeah.
built his brand with these albums. You know what I mean? So like, if you just like compare it to like what's his most recent, Jesus is King, it's like he's already built his brand. He's just making music just for the fun of it now. You feel?
Yeah.
No, but
He's got
he's
so
got
many
something
different
different.
genres. Like this is all gospel. This Jesus is King one. When
Yeah.
you think about the old Kanye, he used to talk about like fucking bitches and shit
Yeah.
in like bathrooms and toilets and stuff.
You can see like the transition of where it happened. Like so, like on Life of Pablo, this ultralight beam, and that was like you could start seeing the gospel kind of vibe coming through that.
Yeah.
And now he's just
You know-
really
you know
transitioning
what?
into it.
What I love about Kanye, which I don't think a lot of people appreciate, he doesn't have many features. Like if you look at his albums, it's just him. It's just pure
Yeah.
him. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah,
you look at
yeah,
albums
yeah.
nowadays, there's so many features, and obviously that's not a bad thing because obviously you need people to make a tune. But obviously, Life of Pablo, I mean Jesus, Watch the Throne.
But I mean, the
guys
thing
had
with
them.
Life of Pablo is like there's features on pretty much every single song. He just doesn't put the features in the song name.
Yeah.
True.
I think a lot of the time, like nowadays, a song can be like the person featuring it can actually have the better part.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I think in like majority of his like songs where he's got other people in them, he's still like he's fucking sick. It's like
Exactly. It's
What would
just
you put
him.
as the best Kanye song of all time?
Oh,
I don't think I could actually pick,
Pablo.
you know.
Saint Pablo, I'd say.
Saint
One that
Pablo is a
listens to
great. If I had to pick top 5, it'd definitely be in it.
I'd
it'd
have to
have
go
to be
Runaway.
like in a top 5 situation. I don't think you can pick one.
Yeah.
It's a different mood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Runaway with Pusha T. It's just outrageous.
That's one of my favourite songs of all time.
Yeah. It's just so
Champion.
good.
I really like Champion.
Yeah, when it starts getting all like, oh, what sort of when that woman starts singing in it. Like halfway
Yeah.
through.
And if we're talking about USA rappers like Kanye, for example, in live performances, I think they dominate the UK massively in how
Oh,
they.
definitely.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's another point.
yeah.
Look at Travis
As well.
Scott. Best
Yeah, all
Travis
you have to
Scott,
do
I
is
would say
watch.
Travis Scott.
world, man.
See, do you know what? I was trying to tell Sukraj this. Like, Sukraj didn't really rate Travis that much. He thought he was
I
overrated.
rate
but
him now. I listen to all his
Yeah.
tunes now, but I thought I know I rated him. I just felt like he was overrated. But then when I listened to
Travis
I
is
realised-
I
different.
think
yeah,
To
how
be fair,
when
you know what? Me and Reese have we go to a lot of like live music anyway, and Reese didn't go Reading year one, but when I went year one and being like live seeing Traffic, it's a different type of I know. Yeah, it's a different level, man. Trust me.
yeah.
I can imagine.
I think because it's auto tune as well, people are gonna hear it and be like, "Oh, there's no skill." But even with auto tune,
Oh no, we've
You
all
have
got-
to, you have to be able to
a lot
know
of
how to
skill.
hit the notes in
Yeah.
order for the auto-tune to work properly. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, it just sounds like a mess.
I've got a question, Sam. You listen to Logic a lot, and Reese, you told me about Logic at first. He's lyrically sick as well.
Can
I
we
think
can we
he's
just clear this up?
talented.
I listen to old Logic a lot.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't listen to
Yeah,
new
yeah.
Logic
No
anymore.
one really listens to
Evan got
Logic.
me on Logic like 2-3 years ago, and
Mhm.
I bumped him for a bit, but then I sort of lost interest.
Under Pressure, Incredible
He's
True
lyrical.
Story.
What's
Those
the name of it?
albums are just incredible.
I'm gonna throw out another name. I mean, I think he's underrated and he's not spoken about as much as he should. Kendrick Lamar, especially his album Damn.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
See, I don't know how to feel about Kendrick 'cause my mate recommended me to listen to Pimp a Butterfly, and I listened to it, and I just wasn't really a big fan of it.
Kendrick's
No,
like the
but, like,
best ever, I think. I think
Some
he
Kendrick songs,
yeah,
it's
I
sort of
think
like
he,
it's got a weird sound to it, the way he like projects his voice.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if you guys have watched Black Panther, but like he made the soundtrack
it's
for
true.
Yeah, love,
And
love.
sound- yeah, and Pray for Me with The Weeknd banged
That's
as well.
a banger.
That was a banger.
You know,
I think the Weeknd's fucking sick as well. To
Yeah,
be
the
fair.
most
Yeah,
things the
Weeknd.
Weeknd is part of, they are bangers.
I mean, my personal favorite Weeknd album. It's not even an album. It's his EP, the one with the 6 songs. Like it came out, I think March 2018. March
Yeah, when you
2018
were
or
in Florida.
19. Yeah, when I was in Florida, and that shit hits you hard. Even his new album, yeah, I think he just makes bangers after bangers. The Weeknd.
Yeah,
That's why I
true.
think
it's not just normal sort of like sound though. But
Yeah.
I think everyone still loves it.
That's why he's so good though, because he's unique.
Yeah,
And it's not like he's always been like that because he's had tunes like The Hill.
yeah.
Yeah, he's the first like of his kind.
I don't know if you guys ever heard the song Or Nah. Oh my god, he really.
Thing is, I never knew of The Weeknd before he did those feature with Drake, Crew Love. That's when I knew about The Weeknd,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
put me onto him
Yeah, that
from
was
there.
one of the first.
And that's one of my favorite songs.
No, but like even like look, if he in his album Beauty Behind the Madness in 2015, like earned it. Like I know it's a bit controversial because it's in 50 Shades of Grey, but that song's a banger as well. Like he set the tone since like when he started.
There's something just listening to him, like in all of his songs. Basically, I don't know. I just feel proper like chilled. I just love it.
I think what
Yeah.
makes him a great artist as well is that he can put you in 2 different moods. No matter change the songs you listen to, it's 2 different moods.
Yeah.
Like call out my name, you're in like a sad mood, and then you can bang on like Starboy or something,
100%.
something different, and you can be in a gassed mood.
True,
It's-
he's got a
it
lot of
changes.
rhymes.
Put another name out there. Lil Uzi Vert.
Gang shit,
What's opinions
Definitely.
on him?
Oh, his new album. Turned out.
amazing. loved it.
Beautiful. Incredible album.
I've loved Uzi since Love Is a Rage Part 1. Forget Part 2. I've loved him since Part 1.
I think what made his new Eternal Take so good, it was just the wait. Like,
That's what I'm saying. He
Fancy
teased
what?
us
Music
for
and
so
wait
long.
about that.
Yeah.
That's
The
what
fact
I'm
that he had to
saying.
wait so long, like
Like
as
Sam,
a whole artist, I think that's too long of a wait. Like someone like Lil Wayne, the reason why Lil Wayne was the best in the world at one point is because, like, regardless, you know, you're gonna get a tape from Lil Wayne every single year, and the tape's gonna be 10 out of 10. But Uzi, I think, how long did you actually wait for the tape? Was it 2 or 3 years?
Yeah,
It's 2 years.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
two and a
I
half
do think
years.
that's a bit
But I
too
don't
long.
think that's due. I
Was
don't
he
think it's
making
down to
music
him.
for
I think
That
it
was
some
that wasn't
issues
his
with
fault.
his producer.
Yeah, with his
Oh,
label, he had
so, like,
label
to do with the
issues. He
label?
couldn't drop it.
Talk about labels. That's why D Block are so sick, because they're not actually signed to a label, which means they can just release music whenever they want. And I think people don't even appreciate that enough. Like the fact that
Yeah, I
people
didn't
are
even
so
know
big.
that.
Yeah, and same with Bugsy Malone, not signed to a label. That's why people need to appreciate the fact that how much labels do, and if
Mm.
people are doing it without a label, how big of a deal it actually is. Another question, just putting it out there. So, how would you compare like D Block Europe and Nave Smalls and that type of M Huncho, like the kind of
Yeah.
M Huncho's kind of his own like trap wave, but in general,
Yeah.
how would you compare it to like the scene in the US, so like Lil Baby, Gunna?
I think Lil Durk is a massive influence to D Block.
That's what I've always said. Yeah, I think
Like you can see it if you
You can
listen to
literally
Lil
see it.
Durk's music. You can see the
I mean-
influence that D Block have taken from him, like the
I mean,
stuff that
even
they're
if you
rapping about.
a Lil Durk video, like when the way he like portrays himself is so similar to the way Young Gads portrays himself, and I don't even know if
Yes.
Young Gads
So,
realizes
Raj,
that. Yeah.
I know me and you've had this conversation, but we've made the comparison of Young Ads and Wiz Khalifa as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, I wouldn't really notice these things. I think of when I listen to young ads, I think of
Yeah.
him and LB and DBE as in their own lane. I don't think they are
Mhm.
copying, but maybe because I'm not educated by other people in the UK.
Nah, it's
Nah,
not
but that's
I don't
obviously
think
a fair statement, and
Nah, it's not
people can
copying.
see why you'd say that
Yeah, I
because,
wouldn't even
like,
say copying.
it's taking inspiration, I think, and I think
Yeah.
it's like taking inspiration. I don't even realize like if you listen.
But do you know what's the best? Do you know what's the best thing about D Block Europe though? It's because the fact, like we've said it in our previous conversations, like they've officially conquered the UK.
Yeah,
So like you
I
have
think
to
so.
appreciate what they're doing.
it's true. And then you know
Like,
what it is? It's their own style. It's their own like you know what
Yeah.
it is. They're not. No one else has heard something like D Block.
Yeah, I've got to give
D-Block's their own
credit.
noise.
They found something
Yeah.
that like people love to listen to. And
Yeah,
it's original.
exactly.
So
It's the same with
It might
M
not be
Huncho as well.
lyrical or anything,
mm,
but Oz, do you agree with this? You know, people don't give M Huncho enough credit for
No.
his lyrics.
Listen, M Huncho is one of my favorite artists of all time. Top 3.
gang shit. Gang
And you know,
shit.
I think that's in all areas. You know what it is? It's, you know why he's not the biggest and people don't shout his name? It's because he doesn't go looking for massive features. He'll happily do a feature with someone no one's heard of and still make a banger. He'll
Yeah,
never do
100%.
massive.
He's not too bothered.
He doesn't look for the limelight. He's happy just making his music and living his life.
So I feel like even if M Huncho did do a feature, I don't think you can outshine him on a track. To be fair.
Exactly.
Even if he,
See,
like, I don't think you
Oh,
can.
do you know what's a sick comparison to what you just said? It's like, look how H and AJ Tracy just collabed for Rain.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
know-
that was like, I don't say that's a forced collab, but it was a good tune. But
No, I don't think
it's
that
as
tune
good
was
as
needed though. Like,
everyone's
I don't know
saying.
if I'm being controversial, but I just don't think that tune like slapped as much as it should have.
I feel like H only blew up because of his verse on Keisha and Becky. I didn't know him before that.
I think I first heard of him on Straight Rhymes when he dropped that, and then
yeah.
I've never really been a big fan of him since then.
Do you know Rain? I feel like AJ Tracy and H literally went into the studio and said, "Oh, we're gonna make the most commercial banger we can make," because like that's for radio, and you can't even go against that. That's 100% for radio. But like M Huncho, he says, and you can tell from his music, he doesn't make it for radio. If it makes it onto the radio, it makes it onto the
He
radio.
makes it for his fans. I believe that. What his
the
fans want to
streets.
hear, he'll
100.
deliver.
That's why I think him
That's
and
what
Nave
I love him.
Smalls. Sorry, I'll just carry on.
No, I was just saying I love him. Carry on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's why I think him and Nave Smalls are so underappreciated because like both of their music slaps, and then when they collab, it's just like a different level as well. They don't go
Yeah.
looking for the limelight; they just
That's
do their
so
own thing.
true. Well, Nave Smalls has been doing it for so long now. Like he's Fire in the Booth, one of the best Fire
Yeah.
in the Booth.
Definitely. It is slept on. It's got
Did you see
you
what
know, it's got a
happened
lot of
yesterday?
views and it's still just sick.
Do you know who put Nave Smalls Fire in the Booth on their story? Chris
Who?
Brown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just put it on his Instagram.
Wasn't Kylie
story.
Jenner listening to it one time, or was that someone else I'm thinking of? I swear.
I think that was
It
someone
might-
else. You know.
That's someone else. Yeah, I know.
I can't remember
I
who it was.
vaguely remember that, but
Yeah,
I
I do
can't
genuinely. She was
actually.
listening to some big UK artist.
Hmm.
AJ Tracy's best tune, though. Do you think?
Ladbroke Grove,
I'll say Ladbroke, yeah.
yeah,
Really?
or Thiago Silva,
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Dave.
But if
Again,
you said
again with Dave.
Dave, though,
Yeah, fair enough. What was Dave's best tune?
Question time.
It's a bit like Kanye, you know. I
Yeah,
couldn't pick one.
there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, there is.
I think
Ah,
Picture Me is his best.
Yeah,
tune.
Picture Me is good.
I think it's my favourite tune out of his.
I think everyone can agree, and everyone says the same thing. Dave just raps about like actual things,
Like current affairs,
real
innit?
life.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
real life
It's-
problems.
and
whatever.
again, different vibes he can put you in. Like you can listen to How I Met My Ex, and
Yeah.
you'll be fucking upset, or you listen to No Words on that album, and you'll be gassed. It's
See,
another,
you know,
it's the same
you
thing
know,
again.
like obviously we all appreciate Dave, right? But you know why people love Dave so much is because like a lot of people can relate to him because, like we
Yeah.
said, it's real life experiences.
Mm.
Like if he's singing about like an ex and like if you've been in a relationship, you're obviously gonna go to him. You're not gonna listen to D Block, you know, about yamming the pussy, are you? If you're just
Yeah.
heartbroken.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm interested
You're
to
not gonna
see what
listen to that.
Dave's next album's like because his last album, I think
Psychodrama was
think it was-
fucking sick.
yeah, it was one of the best albums I've ever heard, but it kept a similar vibe throughout the whole
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
I think
Yeah.
what's
I couldn't even describe the vibe.
I
but I
think
think
what's
that
really
was a
important-
work of art as well. That's like Kanye. It's
Yeah.
actually a work of art. That was.
with Dave's music though, you can tell like he cares about what he's rapping about. He's
So
not just
much.
making the music because I need to put music out. He cares, like except for example, Picture Me, Question
Yeah.
Time. Like he actually cares about the affairs that are going on. So he like
Yeah.
needs to like produce
So,
something to
take-
express himself.
Given those facts and stuff, then and what we're talking about, would you guys say like Dave is basically the UK version of Kanye, like the closest thing to being Kanye in the UK?
I think Kanye's in a different league.
Yeah,
He's
you
in
can't,
a-
you
Kanye's
can't
everything.
put anyone in Kanye's
Yeah.
bracket.
No, I know.
Him and,
I'm
him
not.
and Drake are on their own
It's like
wave. You can't
comparing
even
someone
compare
to
them.
Jay-Z. You
think
can't
giving-
because it's not just the music; it's everything.
No,
Give
I
Dave
understand,
time, yeah.
I understand where you guys are coming from, but I'm just saying from a UK perspective, if there was someone to be the next Kanye or like
But
take the
I
throne
don't-
from him, do
I
you think it
don't
would be
think
Dave?
anyone can ever take it just because
No,
not
yeah.
many
Fair enough.
artists
It
have
might-
that
it's-
level
path.
of versatility.
Yeah.
Fair
If
enough.
I'm
On
going
the
to ask
same
you a
path.
question, you're basically saying if we were to, if someone said to me, "Oh, there's Kanye West," and choose a UK artist who you'd compare the closest to him, yeah, I'd say Dave.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
Yeah,
not really
yeah,
compare,
that's-
but, like, you know, to that
Got-
level, I'd
Yeah,
say.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
not
That's
that
what I'm
level, but
saying.
if someone
gotta
said
think
mainstream
how-
comparison,
Like how long Kanye's been around for though compared to Dave.
And how
Mhm.
influential his music.
You just got to wait on it now. You just got to see what Dave actually does in the next year, like few years. Or...
That's what I'm saying. I reckon Dave needs to become a brand, like bigger than music. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
needs to build his own brand, like
could be,
Kanye's done.
yeah,
I mean,
Like-
he's in Top Boy, isn't he? So he's sort of is doing it for himself, really.
So yeah,
yeah, that's true.
but
I
not
didn't
not the way of
Nah.
Kanye's done it.
Nah.
I then
No,
heard
but-
Dave's live edition of Panic Attack.
Yeah, when he's playing it on the piano himself.
Honestly, hearing it in an album and hearing it when he's doing that live, they slap completely differently. It's different when he's doing it live
so
as well.
true.
That's
I
that's
love
another.
watching live videos because they
Yeah.
do hit different.
It's true.
That's what I'd like to ask actually, because I've never actually been to see any music live. I was just wondering, is the difference between live music and listening to an
Trust me.
album really
Well,
different?
I'd say who here has been like who's seen Dave live?
Uh,
Me and Reese have both seen him at Reading, and
Yeah,
oh my god.
he
That's what I
he
have to say.
captivates the entire audience
Yeah.
whenever he raps. And we're talking thousands and thousands of people here.
You wouldn't
It's
think.
absolutely
you know,
crazy.
You know when you see like fucking people just post so many snaps on their story of a concert or something,
Mm.
yeah.
and
It
you're just
doesn't
looking at
capture
it
the
like,
same.
oh, it doesn't even look that good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so much different to when you're actually in the crowd, just
Yeah.
like fixated on
Imagine.
the performer, and you're just
Yeah.
like singing and rapping along, singing
I
along.
can imagine. Let's get that adrenaline.
and I mean he's only
Yeah.
20 as well, so imagine what he's gonna do in like 5 years and how much more he's gonna be better on stage.
Yeah. To be
Here's
fair,
a
though, you know
question
what?
then.
Go on, carry
If you
on.
had to see one person live, who would it be?
In the world.
Travis.
Kanye.
Kanye,
Kanye.
bro. Kanye for me.
I'd say Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye.
Travis.
I don't think we will be able to though, because I doubt he's going to do any more tours.
Yeah.
I'd,
Yeah,
I'd say Lil Wayne.
that's a
Mm.
shout.
That is a
No,
shame,
good
yeah.
help.
Because Lil Wayne, like, I think me and Arjun were saying this. In his prime, he was a different beast.
Yeah, it's true. The thing is,
I
Lil
don't-
Wayne
you
is a
can't
fucked
compare
up
to-
geezer, and I love it.
Yeah, he is. You know what we've got to think about? I know Drake's not from the US, but we wouldn't have Drake if it weren't for Lil Wayne, because I think Drake and Nicki Minaj, they were both, I think, same record label as Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne was like their mentor. So Drake, the biggest artist in the world, arguably, we wouldn't even have him if it weren't for Lil Wayne. So it's like a
Yeah.
legacy,
So
like
true.
what he's made and what he's created.
I'm sorry, but
Chemistry with-
the Carter was one of the best art albums released at that time, man. 2011. That fucking took it all over.
Amazing, mate.
Wait, we'll have to swear on this.
Yeah, here and there.
Of course.
All right. I thought it was like
Don't go, just don't go
PG or
like
something.
spazzing or anything.
Yeah.
I've actually got Tourette's though, so.
Typical Reese. Typical Reese.
Ah, fuck this.
See,
Joking.
we
was
did
gonna-
say the podcast is going to be diverse, a range of people. So you know.
Nice.
I've got a question. Yeah, how much do you guys rate Lil Baby?
Oh,
Hi.
that's tough.
I don't really
Hi.
rate him that much.
I
I think
don't
it's a lot of.
I don't think I've listened to enough of him, to be fair, to actually have like
Fair
a valid sort of opinion on him.
I think
One
when he
thing
was
I'd say
collabing
about-
with Gunna, I think that was him in his
Yeah.
prime.
Yeah,
Me
him and
personally,
Gunna.
Yeah,
I
but-
wasn't a big fan of his most
Yeah, but
recent
when he was
project.
with Gunna, that was only like his second or third mixtape, so you can't say that was in his prime.
That,
I
that's
think
when
it's only gonna get
I
better.
liked his style of music better. This his new project, I felt like most of the songs sounded the same.
Yeah, but then people will say, "Oh, but then I think all the D Block stuff sound the same." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's about how
Yeah.
it is, mate.
You can't really, if you
So
don't
you
like the
learn
artist, you're not
music.
gonna like listen in detail every song. Like
Exactly.
M Huncho, people will not listen to his songs in depth
And
each
say
and
it
every
sounds
one,
the
but
same.
we know the difference between every song because we love it.
Yeah.
And other
Yeah.
Little Baby fans will know the same.
Exactly, because look at the contrast between like say PP and Indulge.
Mm.
Like PP is
Indulge
proper
is
fast
so good.
paced, and then Indulge is like
What a
it's
song.
amazing because it's like three of your favorite artists on the same song, and but they're playing it slow. They're not going fast. It's like 4 minutes the song. You feel PP's like what 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Different kind of vibes,
And
and
I
that's in
was
the
saying-
same album.
M
Something
Huncho
like that.
shut down the entire what do you call it? Wow, what's one like Mixtape Madness with Kenny Allstar?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mad About Bars. That was
Mad About
insane.
Bars, yeah.
Shut
Yeah,
down the whole
he's
thing.
got the best man about bars, 100%. Second most viewed as well.
Is that the one where it goes "Flow is cold"? That's Frozone.
Listen,
Yeah,
he's,
that one.
he's ahead
Yeah.
of the fucking
Yeah.
game.
Do you
Big
think
up
he'll
M.
ever
Huncho, man.
unmask?
No.
No,
No, he
never.
won't. He's had too many interviews and he's made it too clear that he's just never gonna.
I think eventually though it's going to get leaked.
Nah,
Like,
man.
Nah,
no one
nah.
can stay private that long.
No, but
I
you know,
don't
what he said is that if people really want to know who I am, they can ask the right questions and find out. But what's the point? He goes, I'm not trying to. The mask
Trying
is
to
like
just
an
listen to his
idea.
Music.
That's
sort of
fucking
just
superhero.
solidifies that he doesn't care about being.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
famous.
And you know what people don't understand? That's M. Huncho's brand. His mask
Yeah.
is his brand. You feel if he takes the mask off, then what? People can be like, oh, that's his face. Like he's still
watched one
making
of his
music. I don't
interviews.
know why people complain about seeing his face.
Yeah.
Leave the guy alone, man.
I watched one of his interviews and he modeled for Burberry and he was just wearing the mask.
Yeah.
Literally,
It's because they
Yeah,
know.
I
man.
don't know. I don't know if you guys seen him on the Big Nasty show, but he like explained it
Yeah, he
perfectly.
made a
why.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who's better out of Polo G and Lil TJ if you listen to them?
Oh, that's hard because I think although they collabed on Pop Out, I think they're
Yeah.
different styles
So
of music.
different.
I've got to
It's so
say,
different, but
Lil
so good.
TJ.
Yeah,
Oh,
at the
I
minute,
prefer
I swear
Lil
little
TJ.
TJ's popping more.
Yeah, TJ is popular.
I think Roddy
Go on.
Rich is better than both of them.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
100%.
Roddy Rich is
Definitely.
amazing.
He's fucking rocketed up in the last
Come
3
on.
months.
Come on,
Roddy
jeez.
Ricch, there's no one in the. I don't think there's anyone in the world like Roddy Rich. I don't think.
No,
I think
he's
that's something that
unique.
UK lacks is like you know how Roddy Rich is genuinely just a good singer.
Yeah.
Every season.
I'd listen to a Roddy Rich tune without auto tune.
Yeah,
That,
definitely.
same
Have
with
you
the
seen-
weekend. The weekend's like that as well.
Have you seen the orchestra?
Yeah.
Oh
Audio
yeah.
Man, he did balling
When you
with the
think about
orchestra.
it, yeah, when you think and like
So
down
sick.
below and
That is
well,
crazy.
Have you seen when he does? You know the guy who plays the banjo. I know.
Ina Banks.
Ina Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roddy Rich is one with him. That's when I realized how good he actually is at singing.
Yeah.
But you know, seeing him live though, he doesn't captivate an audience like Dave would captivate an audience.
Nah.
Different. Trust me.
I think
But we
that's
saw Roddy Rich as well. It's a completely different vibe with Roddy Rich.
Is
Do you
that
think
due
that shows
to
longevity?
most of his
Oh,
fans
do you
being in
reckon?
America though?
That might be the case.
Oh, do you reckon if we were actually, with Cass closer,
Yeah.
I reckon it would have been so much better than where we were
I know, but
standing,
Reese,
though.
remember how far back it was for Dave as well? We still
Yeah.
felt fucking energy. The whole thing was
Yeah,
radiating with that energy,
the
man.
whole
But-
crowd was just energy.
But you know what?
Between-
Like, Sukraj and Arj, I know you two are both there, but like going back to D Block, that was another vibe as well. Like,
Yeah.
even though we nearly died, like they went from the Shard and then they switched up to outside. How
Yeah.
many people can actually do that? Like, have that
Yeah.
contrast live as well.
True.
It's true.
Like,
Tell
I'm,
you a
not
story.
saying I'm not saying DBE are better than obviously Dave and like people like Radio Rich for Life because they're probably not. But I feel like if you fuck with someone, yeah, like D Block, M Huncho, whoever it is, if you see them live, you're gonna appreciate it because it's you, isn't it? Like that's
You
what
know-
you fuck with.
You know, when we went to Reading, Reese was there with me, and D Block were performing, and you know, getting in that area, anywhere near them, yeah, it's that hot, yeah, that
Yeah.
much sweat. Ain't got a t-shirt on. You're basically slipping off people,
Yeah.
and there's nowhere to be. You can't breathe. I'm not even
You
joking.
can't breathe. You sort of just like leaning on
So,
others.
so what happened to me was this was on like one of the last days. We're there. We were just fucking. Everyone's just like, on a mad on the circles. Anyway, I'm there, and I'm starting to feel lightheaded. But there's so many people so tightly packed to you, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So in like a split second, I pass out, fall backwards.
Wow.
I fall backwards on another geezer who's just jumping around. So I fucking wake back up, and I'm like dancing again.
We still Roger. We thought the O2 Academy was bad.
No.
Yeah, I know.
That is probably the hot.
Oh,
the
Reading
most
is just a
disgusting thing.
different.
It's different, it's different,
vibe,
man.
man. You know, Dave, yeah, there was this black girl, yeah, doing cocaine off the back of a phone right in front of me. In the crowd. And she was just bending down for ages. I was like, what the fuck is going on? She comes up and she's just like, off her tits, basically.
Yeah, you see some things, man. You see some things.
I feel like music, like as a whole, especially like rap, the lifestyle behind it plays such a big part.
Yeah, 100.
The US.
I think but like probably more in the US,
Yeah,
but also in the UK.
yeah, 100%.
100.
Because I think, but you know, here I think the reason Young Gads get so much love is because he's such a big personality.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100.
That's why I think someone like Fredo makes.
No.
Oh, well, no, I'm cutting that out because I can't get his name. I listen to him so much. No way I'm getting his name wrong. All right.
Let's say it again.
Yeah, we'll give you a second chance.
Right. So I think that's why that's like, you know, like Fredo, yeah. He's massive, and I think he's so cold. But I don't think he could ever reach Young Gads' level because Fredo.
Hey, listen. Have you seen Fredo's Insta live, fam?
Yeah,
Oi, don't
Can we
chat
talk
to me
about Tory
Insta
Lanez' life for a second? God damn.
Tory Lanez or Swarms?
Nah,
Oh, Tory Lanez, man.
Swarm's just face pisses me off.
Yeah, trust.
Oh God.
Tory
So
Lanez has
weird.
taken over Instagram and Instagram.
Tory Lanez has got a microphone. He's got people doing ad libs behind
I
him.
know.
Yeah, that's different.
Did
Quarantine.
you not
Quarantine.
Did you not see Tory's one with Chris Brown? That was a sick one.
Yeah.
When
I
them
saw
two
that.
went on live together.
Well, I've got a question that I've been seeing on podcasts, and it's like, so we haven't even spoke about this artist from the UK that I'm gonna say is Jay Huss,
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
beast.
and they were saying that. So you know, club bangers. I ain't been to the club, but we're just talking in the club in general. So
Sam?
Drake gets played regardless in the club because there's so many
Oh,
bangers,
yeah.
like One Dance,
Yeah.
Hotline Bling, and apparently UK DJs say, from what I've heard, this is not factual, is that the only other artist who competes with Drake in club bangers is Jay Huss. Every single year, Jay Huss has a club banger that's
Yeah.
probably played.
Yeah,
Same
bro.
amount.
You know when I went downstairs and put back to him on the surround sound, it was a motive, you know.
I think Jay Huss
Yeah,
is the
we're
best
not
artist
like-
we have in the UK. Is Jay Huss the best we have in the UK?
No.
In terms of what club music?
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Making a banger, like making a hit.
The thing
Jay
is,
Huss is what got me into UK music. Like I heard "Did You See,"
Exactly.
and then I
And that's
still
got
playing
into
now.
UK music.
yeah. But you know what I like? I like old Jay Hurst. You know, Freer.
Yeah.
Playing sports. God damn.
That's the
That-
old goal.
But you know
That
what?
gets me
It's
gassed.
like we spoke about this before as well. Like you guys can appreciate like music keeps on changing. Like when we were growing up, it was just people like Jay Huss, like N Huncho, Nave, DBE. They weren't really that big. It's only
When I
like
was
in the
growing
last
up,
couple of years.
Bruno
they've just
Mars.
grown up on us, yeah.
Bruno Mars, you know.
That was it.
Oh, come on. I
No,
look like Bruno Mars.
one
is
album.
one-
When I was
Nah.
younger, I never really used to listen to a lot of like music anyway. But the music I listened to wasn't even rap. I think we all just grow into it.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
100%. Yeah. Stick on that.
But you know who's been like consistent throughout, even when we were young to now? Drake. Even though we're not,
Yeah.
we're not talking about American, but Drake's consistent throughout all the time.
Drake's the biggest artist in the world, but I
Yeah.
checked Spotify, and do you know monthly listeners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drake's got the second most in the world. Can you guess who's like first?
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson.
No.
Wait, is it a rapper? Is it a rapper? Is it a rapper?
If I say this, I know Arjun will clock this straight away. he's not a rapper, but he used to spit and
I
put
know.
people in rating when he spit.
Wait, is he from America? I'm guessing.
No, he's here.
He's here. Skepta? No.
Ed Sheeran.
Did you say
Okay.
Skepta?
Oh, Ed Sheeran.
Oh yeah.
Shit on.
Yeah. So he's got the most, but
How
so
how
he
was
is-
that? That's so obvious right now.
I don't
Why
know how
did
you
I
didn't
say
clock
that?
Sheeran smashed it really.
Yeah,
That
he did.
collaboration project he
Do
did
you know-
was different.
Do you know what you got to rate with Ed Sheeran? Is like, you know how we made the collab with JK?
Yeah.
Let's say JK is actually a cold spitter as well, from like day
Big
one.
up.
His JK's monthly Spotify listeners doubled when he made the song with Ed Sheeran. So I don't know why you can't rate Ed Sheeran. He's just helping.
You got, I
people
love
out.
it.
We haven't talked about Stormzy
Yeah, I was
actually.
gonna say Stormzy.
Yeah.
What did you
I'm
man
being
think about
honest. I
Stormzy?
think he's a bit overrated.
I think people
I do agree with you there.
might
Raj.
not like the sound, but he's just massive.
Yeah,
So you
I
sort of
respect
gotta
him,
give him
but I
credit
think
for what
like
he's doing,
people,
like.
because he was so early on in what he did.
But
I think
that's
he
what I'm
just took it.
saying. You know, like when we were like growing up, like tunes like "Shut Up," that was
Yeah.
amazing. He didn't. It was just amazing in it.
It's
But
true.
like, music
Because no one
changed.
heard it before, that's why he brought
Exactly.
the whole thing to life, and that's why I got to respect him. But in terms of making good music, he does, but not the best. You shouldn't be giving the term the best.
What do you think about his clashes with Wiley?
Yeah, they were jokes. He ended Wiley. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Even his Wiley man.
If say you were to choose, say if I just put a random instrumental on, yeah,
Mhm.
and you had to choose 5 spitters from the UK
Yeah.
to face 5 spitters in the US,
Okay.
who would you choose?
Do you have to put it in an order, or could it just be
Nah,
like
no-
random?
no order, no order.
Alright, you know what? I'll start with the UK first. I think we've got to put Dave up there, definitely.
He's number one.
Yeah. I don't know if well, yeah, we'll put him at the number 1 spot, and then I'm gonna throw in Cadet as well.
Okay, yeah, I think he could spell.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, and he could do it, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
he would go in there.
His
Krypton
album that
Conan.
came out.
So both of them, Captain Conan, taking 2
Yeah.
spaces.
Them 1 space, but both of them, trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're an item, man. You can't.
Big question: who's the coldest, Captain Conan?
Conan.
Conan. Easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, last night in
Conan,
LA,
bro.
I think.
Yeah.
That-
That defined like his position of how good he was.
Come on, I'm going from flipping it out.
After that, I'd say Nines.
Do you think? Not, but if I
Ooh.
put on a fast beat, do you reckon Nines could?
Nah, I swear, all he.
But then that's where Dave could spit on a fast beat, so could Cadet,
So can Bugsy.
so Krypton Conan. But I think Nines could change it. I think he deserves to be up there.
Nah. No.
I
Do
think
you know
Chip has
who?
to take his place. Chip, I think you could give Chip any beat, any even like a drum and bass, a bashment, or anything, and Chip will freestyle.
I hear what you're saying,
and
but do you know who
finish
I would
anyone
add?
off.
Hmm.
So we get like a 6th man, like a reserve. So do you know who's number
No.
6?
No, my 5th man is Wretch 32. But then
No.
that was
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That was
Wretch.
it. You got
Do you
come on,
know-
for his far in the booth, you gotta respect him, and he has to be up there.
Do you know?
Smashed everyone.
Do you know if this guy was more consistent than he is now? I think if he needs a couple more years, but he has the potential. I'd put Dig That.
No, I don't,
I don't know, man. I don't think he
Dig
deserves
That
it.
I love Big
Big.
That, but I don't
Maybe
think
the-
he's got the right flow for like if I was gonna put. If
He
I
can
said
spit,
put
I'm
a
telling you.
beat on.
Definitely not
Yeah,
for the top
yeah,
5.
yeah,
That
Not
just sound like to me, he's just like a.
6 man, Arjun. 6 man.
top 5.
Would you genuinely
Six
not
man,
put
bro.
Chip there? Honestly, I would fight to the death.
No, I'd
for
put Chip over 9, and then I'd put Dig That.
I don't know how you could put Dig That over someone like Skepta.
But then who else could be there? Because then we've got
Skepta.
Bugsy.
we've got
Bugsy.
Bugsy, we've got Jay Huss, we've got
Bugsy.
Wretch 32 as well. Who else we
Yeah,
got?
that's true.
We've got Nave Smalls who could maybe be on there as well. We've got M Huncho. I think loads of people could fight for that other spot.
Yeah, true.
But
I mean,
who would
we
you
have
say,
got.
apart from Dave, is there anyone who's guaranteed a position like that we all agree on? We all agree on Dave. Who else do we all agree on? Would you
I
say?
think Krypton Conan, you know, I agree with Arj.
Yeah.
I got
No,
Krypton
but
Conan
if
there.
someone said I had to choose one, we'd choose Conan, wouldn't we?
Conan,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'd want them as an item. They couldn't. I don't think Conan
Yeah,
could
yeah.
hold it by himself.
Would you? I think Dappy could baz on it.
Yeah, that's like an honourable mention, I'd say.
Yeah, let's not forget Dappy.
What about US then? Top 5.
I
Kanye.
think
Yes.
Top 5. But
Yeah.
Kanye,
Say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Kanye,
Kanye, yeah.
Jay-Z,
Roddy.
J. Cole.
You've got to put Snoop Dogg in there. Just because of if we talk about America, how far back we look.
I say, you know what? I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick
I say-
ASAP Rocky.
shout.
For a freestyle.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to much.
Are we
Wiz
saying
Khalifa.
they've got to be alive right now, or can we throw in someone like
I-
Biggie Smalls?
No, I think that's I say within our generation. So you could
Okay,
say
alright,
like
fair.
Juice WRLD,
J. Cole's got to be in there. Kanye's got
J.
to be in
Cole,
there.
Kendrick.
I'll take Wiz Khalifa as well.
I think
Yeah,
Juice
yeah.
WRLD has got a different sound to anyone. That's why people
Yeah.
liked his music so much.
Post Malone.
Nah,
Oh,
not a freestyler.
no.
Do not
Not
think
freestyle.
Not
freestyle.
He just
freestyle.
makes bangers, but you
Yeah.
still got to give him credit. He just makes fucking
We
bangers.
forgot
There's so
Eminem, by
many.
the way. I mean, I think.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we
Oh
Eminem's
my
the
days. How
best.
do we forget him? He's the best.
Posty.
I
Big
think
Posty.
Eminem's the greatest spitter.
Yeah.
of all.
Definitely.
Like, greatest bar of all time.
I think he'll take the title from the UK and you. Like he.
Wouldn't you man put Chris Brown on it?
No.
No,
Not even Chris
Not for
Brown.
spitting.
can make a banger.
By the
Just
way,
really-
I've got a question. Are we putting Post Malone up there with Drake and Kanye?
Not yet.
He's there between that bracket with those
I
two.
think
I
soon.
think he does deserve to be there.
He does release bangers, to be fair. Catchy
They're all
banger.
bangers.
Mm.
I think he might deserve that spot.
I think
Yeah.
Kanye's the frontline winner. Like he's in a league of his own, innit? Like Liverpool at the top of the league. But you know, we'll talk about that.
It's well said.
With Kanye, yeah, it's the quality and the quantity.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just
Can I say one
it's
thing?
hard to get both.
Yeah.
He's
It's like
done it.
Kanye
He's done it.
We don't
Wait,
just
say
talk
so.
about the music. It's like, you know, when you're saying Kanye's this good, which I agree with how good he is. You don't even realize, but you're taking into account him as a person and his legacy, not just his music. You think you're just taking
Yeah.
his music, but
Yeah. No,
subconsciously
you
you're
take
taking
everything.
else. So you like he's got everything basically. Kanye does. And you
Well,
take all of
Drake's
that
a
into account.
brand as well.
Yeah, exactly. But Post Malone's, I don't think he's there yet.
I think-
Music,
Yeah, he isn't
I
a
think
brand.
Post Malone is there just for his music though, at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On the
just for his
music
music,
level, he's got,
100%.
yeah, like he's got no.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a bit
I feel like
harsh
he's
if
the
you like.
people's person as well. Like everyone respects
Yeah.
Kanye, but Post Malone will do. He's for the people, man. Look, me and Reese have seen him live, and we've seen him live as well. And you know what? He's so passionate up on the
Yeah.
stage. I wouldn't even.
He
Maybe I'm
starts
battling
doing
eyes.
some,
and
like,
say
weird
maybe
shit.
some
You
people
don't even
wrong.
want to question it just because.
Yeah, but I think he's just. I think he's just in his head, and he's just
He's
enjoying the
own.
time.
yeah.
I don't think it's that serious.
Yeah.
Wait, can we talk about
Everything's
6ix9ine? 6ix9ine took over the fucking scene when he was acting.
Can
I
say
love
something
his
about that,
music.
Arjun, I'm agreeing with you so much. I
I
had a
love his
conversation
music.
with Jay, and I said, I don't think there's been anyone in the world, UK, US, Canadian, anyone, who's blown up as much as he did.
He
in such a
took
short
over the
space of
scene
time.
in no time at all.
100 dummy
Oh,
boy.
well.
Oh, dummy boy. Oh.
He's out now,
You know
isn't he?
what?
Yeah.
I actually like
No,
him
but you know,
after that.
I hear what you guys are saying about him, but then would you put a boogie with a hoodie in the same bracket as him? As blown
No,
up?
listen, I love a boogie. That's one of my favorite artists in the USA. But he's not at 6ix9ine's level yet. 6ix9ine took over, man. I don't think people are gonna say 6ix9ine was just shouting, but he didn't. He
Why,
say
mate?
he proved
But,
that.
you know-
He proved that with Gotti. Gotti, he didn't
Oh,
shout.
God, that was amazing.
Gotti didn't. He didn't shout. And then he said to people, "Look at me now."
But
I
that's the
didn't
thing.
know.
We've just spoken about this though. Like music, like if you either fuck with someone or you don't.
You do with hype.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
Everything and social media presence. That's why it's
Exactly.
It's true. He took over the whole game. I've got to respect.
Who's the most talented artist in the US and who's the most talented artist in the UK?
Reece Spencer in the US, Argentina in the UK.
Yes,
Done.
I agree.